Hey guys. So, this week's going to be a little different. I'm only giving you one set of notes. We only have three amendments left. We've been working on amendments since January. Okay, it's the end of April. Maybe February. I don't know. Anyway, we're done with them this week. So, I have these last three amendments. It's going to be a really short video. What I do want to talk to you about, though, is your test. So, your test is this week. It's on Google Forms. I'm letting it be open all week, so you have all week to work on it. I don't know if it'll let you do some, leave the website and come back. I think you'll do it all in one sitting. I'm pretty sure. But this is how it is. I'm not gonna have you list all of the amendments because that's dumb, and anybody can just Google the amendments. What your test is gonna be like is I wrote out all the amendments for you, and I want you to explain the historical significance of them. So, why is it important? Why do we have this? What happened because of this amendment? You know, stuff like that. So, example, 13th Amendment, abolition of slavery. Why is this important? It got rid of slavery and took a step towards the country we have today. Okay, just stuff like that. When you get on it, you'll see. Pay attention. You do not have to do all 27. Let me say it again. You do not have to do all 27. Only do 20 of them. Okay? You do not have to do all 27 unless you want to. If you would like, you can do all 27, and I will give you one bonus point per extra one you do. Okay? Some of your grades really, really need this extra bonus point because most of you did not do your case brief. You know who you are. Okay? So, this is a good way to earn some of those points back. You can also still do your case brief. Okay? Please do it. It will help your grade a ton. Okay? So, let me know if you have any questions. I can help you out. But you only need to do 20. The test is due Friday. So, we're going to go, we'll talk about it. We'll discuss Thursday during our Zoom session. Um, every single Zoom session, I have only had Dom and Adriana. So, yay, you guys. But everybody else, I'm here to help you. Please help yourselves by letting me help you. Come to our Zooms. You also get bonus points for that, too. I'm throwing bonus points out like confetti right now. So please come and collect them because I want to help you. Okay? So let's go through these real quick and get started on your test. So, prohibition and taxation. Yay. 18th Amendment. This is prohibition. Before, alcohol was legal. After, it was illegal. When they made it illegal, they banned the manufacture, transportation, and sale of alcohol. So the amendment was passed and said no more. And then they passed the Volstead Act, which was putting the enforcement part of it into law. So it was pretty solid. But it was difficult to enforce because you can make alcohol in your home. That's what a lot of people did. That's where the rise of bootlegging kind of comes up. People making alcohol by themselves. Also, it's dangerous to do that because if you don't really know how to do it, you could do it wrong and make something that's a little too high in alcohol percentage, and that's bad. But yeah, this was difficult to enforce. You can't just have cops stationed in every single home to make sure nobody makes at-home wine. You can't do that. We had a rise of speakeasies and secret bars, and there was a whole underground bootlegging business. This gave rise to gangs. Al Capone flourished here. Bugs Moran, his rival, the Valentine's Day Massacre. All of this kind of stuff was happening because of the 18th Amendment. The amendment was influenced by women's temperance movements and some just general Christian temperance movements. Temperance is like a stop of doing things, and its purpose of this time is alcohol. Um, a lot of the bad that was going on in the country was blamed on alcohol. Women were coming out and saying that their husbands were abusive when they were drunk, and or they would not come home, and it was dangerous, and it was all because of the alcohol. So, alcohol was negatively seen and impacted. Alcohol was more of a male dominated thing. Men would go out after work to be at bars with their friends, and men would stumble home drunk, and then, you know, bad things would happen at home. So women were kind of the ones that spearheaded this, women in major religious organizations. Yeah. So I don't want to make it seem like that only men were the ones drinking. Women were obviously drinking too. Um, just it was more so the danger part of it was when men would go get drunk and then come home and beat their wives. Was that's never good. So here are just some ways that people would hide alcohol. This lady's hiding it in a book. She's got things under her dress. This is a speakeasy door. See the little guys looking through. Knock. I wonder what's in that bag. Password. Walking in. Okay, so jump forward to the 21st Amendment. This is where they repealed the 18th Amendment. They got rid of Prohibition. Um, it was rumored that FDR celebrated the 21st Amendment with a dirty martini, his favorite drink. Prohibition was from 1920 to 1933. Have any I don't know why I try to ask questions like you're in front of me, but if any of you have seen one of the John Mulaney specials, he talks about how the government slowly legalizing weed is like how like a parent just kind of gives up, you know. He talks about how people have had to fight for um, like the right to like same-sex couples have the right to get married, and he's like, we have to fight for human equality, but go ahead. Here's a little weed. I'd rather you do it in the house. That you should. It's hilarious. You should look it up. But that's kind of how I see this one too. The government was like, "Ha! I'm taking away your alcohol," and then the country freaked out, and gangs started popping up, and people were dying, and violence, and you know, bad stuff. And then they were like, "Okay, okay, we'll put it back." And it didn't exactly happen like that, but that's how I picture it. Um, yeah. So go watch that. Homework. These are people celebrating the end of Prohibition. So, one thing I want to say is Prohibition worked for a while. I mean, it obviously the alcoholism rates and rates of kidney diseases and liver diseases did go down during this time. But the rise of crime was just too much to offset, the good that did come out of it. There was some good. So 16th Amendment. This is your income tax amendment. Yay. Love that. So before there were some taxes on income, but there was nothing super lasting or formal, um, nothing really set in stone. After it was passed, Congress can officially collect this income tax. Um, there was heavy, heavy conflict before the amendment was officially passed because states said it was unconstitutional, that it intrudes on states' rights. So they didn't the states wanted to be able to levy and collect their own taxes and do it their own way. They didn't want the government to say, each state, you have to do this percentage and this much goes to us and this much goes to you. They thought that that was too intrusive on their rights. Um, Representative William Sulzer of New York said, we are ready to vote for an income tax to meet any emergencies which may arise, to stand by the government in time of war, but do not ask us, without consultation with our people at home, to put this burden on them in addition to one already severe because of local expenditures. So he's saying that yes, we are totally willing to pay an income tax for the good of the country, to help with war, things that government are going to need, but don't ask us, don't don't tell us we have to pay things without asking us, with our people at home, to put this burden on them in addition to one already severe because of local expenditures. So don't tell us you're going to tax us with all of this stuff we're already on here unless there's a need for it. So the amendment was eventually passed. The states and the federal government kind of settled on, some give and take, but now everybody gets taxed on their income. Yay. Okay, that's all I have for you. Please let me know if you have any questions. Please do your test. Please do your test.